If you've ever been lost in the mesmerizing performances of Jodie Foster, you've probably also wondered about the woman behind the cinematic magic. And believe it or not, she just celebrated her 60th birthday. In this video, we're taking a deep dive into Jodie's private life, focusing on the lovely lady she's married to. Facts First presents, at 60 years old, this is who Jodie Foster is married to. We watched her grow up on screen. From the moment Jodie Foster first stepped in front of the camera for a Coppertone commercial at age 3, audiences have had the privilege of watching her grow up on screen. But it wasn't just sunblock ads that showcased her early talent. She was no ordinary child actor. She was something of a prodigy, demonstrating an uncanny ability for mature, nuanced performances that would be impressive for an actor of any age. Foster's career trajectory is the stuff of Hollywood legend. Initially accompanying her older brother Buddy to an audition, young Jodie caught the eye of casting agents. This unexpected start led her to a series of television gigs, making her and her brother the family breadwinners. By the time she was prepubescent, Foster had already appeared in over 50 TV shows, including recurring roles in The Courtship of Eddie's Father and Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice. Her early years were not just confined to the small screen. She also had a busy film schedule. By the time she starred in Napoleon and Samantha in 1972, it was clear that Foster was more than a cute face. She was a force to be reckoned with. This precocious start was just the beginning. Her role in Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver in 1976 as a 12-year-old prostitute named Iris earned her an Academy Award nomination and showed the world she was capable of handling complex, challenging roles. The part wasn't just another acting gig for Foster, it was a transformative experience. She was no longer simply mimicking emotions, she was crafting intricate characters. Taxi Driver served as a seminal moment in her career, earning her accolades and paving the way for future roles that demanded depth and maturity. Her momentum as a child actress was such that Foster managed to avoid the typecasting trap that claims many young performers. Instead, she seamlessly transitioned into adult roles, winning 2 Academy Awards for her performances in The Accused and The Silence of the Lambs. These roles weren't just about showing off her acting chops, they were about grappling with intense, even traumatic experiences, something she seemed to do with almost unnerving ease. But Foster didn't stop at acting. In the 1990s, she branched out into directing and producing, proving her mettle behind the camera as well. Her directorial debut, Little Man Tate, was released in 1991, followed by Home for the Holidays in 1995. She's continued acting in films like Panic Room, Inside Man, and The Brave One, while also taking on projects like Hotel Artemis and The Mauritanian, roles that challenge audiences to see her in a new light. In addition to her film work, she's also directed episodes of acclaimed TV shows like Orange is the New Black and House of Cards, bringing her unique vision to smaller screens. Perhaps one of the most intriguing aspects of Foster's early life and career is how it shaped her perspective on acting. She valued her early roles for the learning experience they offered, equipping her for the highly demanding roles she'd take on later. This ongoing quest for challenge and growth is a signature aspect of Foster's career. In the journey from a young girl in a Coppertone commercial to an accomplished actress, director, and producer, she has provided audiences with a masterclass in career longevity and artistic integrity. Foster's love life and orientation. While we know that Jodie Foster and her wife Alexandra Hedison largely prefer to keep their relationship away from the prying eyes of the public, glimpses into their partnership reveal a deeply supportive and multi-talented couple. Hedison, in particular, is a woman of many talents, which makes her an intriguing counterpart to Foster. Unlike Foster, who has remained primarily in the acting arena, Hedison is a skilled photographer whose works are internationally recognized. She even revealed in past interviews that the craft brings her immense happiness. But her talents don't end there. She's ventured into home design, and one of her creation, a Hollywood Hills West home, even went on the market for a cool $2.75 million. Before diving into photography and design, Hedison had her own moment in the spotlight as an actress. She featured in series like Prey and Melrose Place, and even directed a short film called In the Doghouse. Yet she eventually realized that acting wasn't fulfilling for her, echoing sentiments that the profession demands constant attention, something she wasn't comfortable with. Growing up in Hollywood, Hedison is no stranger to the entertainment industry. Her father, David Hedison, was an actor known for his James Bond roles, and her mother, Bridget, worked as a production associate on various projects. But she has maintained a low-key presence, a characteristic she shares with Foster. Before Foster, Hedison was in a relationship with talk show host Ellen DeGeneres. The couple even considered adopting a child at one point, but eventually parted ways. While with DeGeneres, Hedison humorously admitted that she sometimes had to leverage her famous partner's name to get restaurant reservations, but insisted that her passion for photography remained her core focus. Since marrying Foster in a highly private ceremony in 2014, Hedison has been seen by her wife's side during some pivotal moments. Notably, she was there to celebrate Foster's honorary Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival in 2021 and joined her in accepting a Golden Globe for The Mauritanian. Social media shoutouts are rare, but Hedison couldn't resist celebrating Foster's achievements online, emphasizing that she's proud of her wife every day. The couple even shared a tender moment on screen during the Golden Globe acceptance, giving fans a brief but heartfelt glimpse into their harmonious life together. A dramatic chapter from the past. Despite the supportive and private haven that Jodie has built with her spouse Alexandra, not all moments in Foster's life have been marked by tranquility. During her freshman year at Yale in the early 80s, she found herself the focus of an intense and dangerous obsession. John Hinckley Jr. became fixated on Foster after watching the film Taxi Driver on repeat. His fixation led him to move to New Haven, where he tried to communicate with her through letters and phone calls. The stalking escalated to an alarming level on March 30th, 1981, when Hinckley attempted to assassinate U.S. President Ronald Reagan, claiming that his actions were intended to win Foster's attention. Thankfully, the assassination attempt failed, but it drew overwhelming media attention and led to increased security measures for Foster, including bodyguards accompanying her on campus. The judicial system exonerated Foster from any involvement in this deeply troubling episode. Despite her innocence, she was subjected to video-recorded testimony during Hinckley's trial. Foster also had to contend with other stalkers during her time at Yale, adding an unnerving layer to her college experience. She's been reserved when it comes to discussing this part of her life. She did address the situation in a written essay, but she did so under the condition that it would not be sensationalized in the media. In a rare interview in 1999, she revealed the profound impact the stalking had on her, both personally and professionally. But she also highlighted that her ordeal couldn't compare to the tribulations faced by Reagan's press secretary, James Brady, who was permanently disabled by the assassination attempt and passed away 33 years later due to his injuries. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite role from Jodie Foster? Let us know in the comment section below.